Mr. Tedisco, several weeks now, people have been asking you whether you would have voted yes or no against the stimulus package. Do you want to finally say that?
Yeah, I think I'm glad you brought that up.
And finally, with his poll numbers tanking, Tedisco answered my question.
Here's the answer, folks. Get ready. No.
Tedisco and his Assembly Republicans had called this news conference to criticize the AIG bonuses, but with the latest polls showing Democrat Scott Murphy in a near-dead heat, Tedisco now says no to the stimulus. Why didn't you answer the stimulus question 3 or 4 weeks ago and maybe get rid of the issue?
Yeah, my mistake, because I thought I had.
Now Tedisco won't tell voters where he stands on the recovery plan to cut taxes and create jobs.
Scott Murphy and the Times-Union beat up on Tedisco for sitting on the fence. So now Tedisco is saying that he would have voted no on the $787 billion stimulus because he says that $300 billion of it is pork or earmarks.
And now I think the ball's in Mr. Murphy's park. Now I think he's really got to explain. Can't be fluffing it off and going, well, there were some bad things in there, but look at all the good that was in there.
Tedisco's fellow Republicans seemed just a little bit uneasy as their leader went on and on about his congressional campaign.
Can I go back to AIG a minute?
Sure.
Well, for Tedisco now it's a case of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Scott Murphy issuing a statement this afternoon saying it is just shameful that it took well over a month for Assemblyman Tedisco to finally admit that he would vote no on saving or creating 76,000 jobs in upstate New York, and no, according to Murphy, that is, on the largest middle-class tax cut in history. Somehow I do not think this issue has been put to bed. John McLaughlin, News 10.
Well, the special election for this race is set for the end of the month at March 31st. And before that, the two candidates will meet 2 more times for debates on the 24th and the 26th of this month, just 5 days before voters go to the polls right there. Before that, the candidates will answer your questions in our election special, The Race to Represent, with News 10's John McLaughlin. You can see the hour-long special right here on WTEN this Friday night at 9 o'clock.
There could be a bump in the road in the deal to bring a $4 billion chip fab plant to Saratoga County. Intel Corporation, AMD's biggest competitor, says AMD is violating a licensing agreement between the two by passing on patented information to AMD's spinoff, Global Foundries. Now, it will be Global Foundries' name on the plant in the Luther Forest Tech Park, where 1,400 jobs are expected to be created. AMD says this latest move is just to divert attention from Intel's bigger problems and says it will not impact the Malta project.